Out of the big three, Naruto has the most messed up world, and this isn't even a joke. Monsters and ghosts and even strange creatures exist in all three of them. Even aliens. Wait, do aliens exist in Bleach? But what I am specifically talking about isn't even related to some gruesome monster from hell, but simply child soldiers. In the world of Naruto, child soldiers are a perfectly normal thing. In fact, they even have schools dedicated to train kids so they will become soldiers serving their country. And they graduate the school in not even 3 full years. In One Piece, there are many terrible things, but they are always portrayed as bad. In Naruto, they have straight up death battles with little kids in them fighting against each other while the adults are watching from some kind of arena. Look, that's my kid, straight up beating the living hell out of your kid, probably immobilizing them for life. Isn't this fun? I can't wait for him to go out into a war and die for the sake of this country, who probably doesn't even care about his well-being to begin with. Seriously, they've been sending 13 years old kids into wars to kill people, and then they all act surprised when one of those childs grow up and decide to turn evil. What did you expected? He got traumatized since childhood. Do they really think he gonna grow up perfectly fine? The kid just popped out and they are already expecting the little guy to become a soldier in the future. They are already planning the kid to become some kind of shield shinobi before they are even born. What happened with worrying about your kid's well-being, their future? A perfectly normal human being will want their kids to be a doctor or an engineer or something safe. Not a literal child soldier, who will probably die in the first few years of his career, or going to get traumatized for life from madness they are going to see in the war. Look at Sasuke for example. He saw his entire clan getting clapped in front of his own eyes. He should have received therapy and a caring foster family. Instead, he got a small apartment. And they continued to train him in hope he gonna be useful for the country and the village. No wonder he went crazy and wanted to destroy Konoha. Fuck Konoha! In fact, fuck all the ninja villages. And Itachi even died to protect Konoha. For what? They are all crazy, just let them burn. But not like Itachi is a saint to begin with. Yeah, protect the village, even if it's a terrible place, but they put your little brother under genjutsu and show him his parents' death over and over. Then make him want to kill you. Oh, never mind, I just remembered. He also got groomed into being a child soldier. Of course he can make a proper choice. He wasn't even an adult when he was sent to kill his entire clan. He was still a teenager. They've been sending kids to kill each other, then acted surprised when one of them died by some random paper bomb trap. Of course they died. A child shouldn't be on the battlefield to begin with. They don't even have a properly functioning brain, and y'all expect them to do good in combat. They should be home doing, I don't know, math homework or something, not trying to stab people with daggers, and definitely not carrying out complex military operations. And let's not even forget that the wars were all just a giant waste of time. Did they fight over resources, gold, iron, coal, spices, or perhaps territory, like every other country in history did? Nah, they hated each other so much that they started all-out war over it. Hey little Max, do you see that stone ninja right there? He killed your grandfather in self-defense 10 years ago. Now you will hate him for life, and you will make it your entire personality. And of course you are expected to teach your kids to hate him and start meaningless wars because you just hate him. It took them a 16-year-old to realize that the wars they've been doing was a waste of time. A 16-year-old did more progress than generations of people. But even after Naruto became a Hokage and a well-respected political figure in the world, he still didn't do anything about it. Chill soldiers are still a thing. Like, he went through living hell because of this thing. Like, he saw people fucking die. Like, people fucking suffer. He himself suffered so much, and he didn't think even for a moment about how bad being a child soldier actually is. Hashtag cancel Naruto Uzumaki. Child soldiers are so normalized in the Naruto world that nobody is even thinking about the side effects it had on the world so far. Ever wondered why did the Naruto world started blooming in technology after the last war in Boruto? Well, maybe because bunch of kids aren't getting massacred daily or traumatized for life, so they actually have time to think about other stuff and not just, am I going to survive tomorrow or not? Am I going to be blown to confetti because of a pepper bomb? Or a weird guy will kidnap me for his experiments next and keep me in his basement for years? No wonder most of the villains, well, broken heroes in Naruto. They all been traumatized in childhood so much, so they either went batshit crazy or tried to fight the system and nobody agreed with them. Madara was right up fucking right. Fuck this world, it ain't fucking worth it. Time for another infinite Tsukuyomi maybe. They didn't question that maybe sending children and teenagers into wars and dangerous missions isn't a good idea. Being a child soldier was so normalized in the Naruto world that nobody even stopped to think about it and how bad it is. But this is also the reason we all love Boruto, or perhaps the progress what Boruto is showing. In Boruto, the world is slowly healing and we see kids being able to still be kids. They can't partake in regular activities as kids should have. Their biggest fear isn't that anymore. They are mostly worried about regular kid stuff like, am I going to have enough money to buy this thing, or what is going to happen in this party, or something similar. And with each new generations, we see a big change in their overall attitude, more and more. The kids are more cheerful rather than being serious, they are more happy and playful. Maybe Kawaki will be the leading gear in an even bigger change in the future. He might end the era of the shinobi to protect future generations from needing to go through the trauma of war and the absolute terror it brings with itself.